show we've got for you. It's a great old group. It's a good old band of kids. This next group is called Summer Camp, so let's give them a very warm welcome.
Hello. What are we doing tonight? It's a nice, warm crowd. Welcome. We are Summer Camp. We are like a coach or teach. We call them teachers around here.
But coaches and teachers.
Coaches and teachers. Mashup. We had a Thursday run for the last 2 months, so it's coming to a close. This is like
the penultimate.
It's the last one. Or
Penultimate, one more.
Anyway, thank you all so much. So to get started, we're going to do a little interview, and we need to hear from one of you. We just want to talk to somebody about. Does anybody have like a really nice vacation story, or like a weird vacation story with family, or maybe when they, like a kid, you went to a spot a lot, and just sort of the weird things that happened when you were young? A little vacation, like a summer vacation thing? Maybe anybody? I know someone here.
Nobody here ever went on vacation. I think there was.
Someone here has a story about going on vacation.
My sister got drunk in Mexico.
Bring it up.
Do you have? Is there like a lot to the story, or is it just she got drunk? We're looking. Either way.
Did you ever come home?
Were you with her? She did. I was with her. Oh.
Is there you think a lot of things that happened, or was she just got drunk?
I mean, the walk home was pretty funny, but that's probably about it.
Okay.
Stumbling walk home.
Okay. You do? Okay.
I'm just for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I actually know Corey. So Corey, let's set the scene a little bit. What time period are you talking about? What year?
Would have been about 2000, 2001.
Okay.
I would have been about 23, and my father had recently gotten married to his second wife, and we had this big trip that he brought my little brother, who you just saw perform.
Yes.
He was about 14 at the time. He will be a very important part of this story.
Okay.
And
awesome.
It was him and me, and then my stepmother's son and daughter. And so it was like 8 or 9 people.
Okay, so a huge family event, and this is sort of like the first vacation with you just recently married, like yes.
Yeah. So everything's fine. My brother, I guess he was 16.
Okay.
And we were gonna have our first beer. We were overseas, so we're in London. And,
You're in London.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we were gonna have our first drink. And so my little brother gets this drink, and he's trying to act like a big shot, but he's terrified. And so he gets the drink, and he's shaking. And so
Wait, he's shaking about? Is it because it's big, or just he's like nervous about?
Scared.
Okay.
And so we toast.
Nervous about having a beer.
Yeah, with my father and me in a
Which
bar
father's
in
name?
London. What?
Your father's name?
My father is Mark.
Mark. Okay. Mark.
So we cheers, and my father and I both take a drink, but my brother takes it and goes. He does everything we can to avoid taking the drink, so we say, come on, take a drink. His next sip, it all spills down the side of the glass. And then finally he sort of got into it and he drank the beer. And then as it turns out, the very next day, we drove our car onto a ferry and went to France.
Wait, can I just stop you for a minute?
Okay.
Is this like a common Finkel thing where you just you're kind of like hazing, egging your little brother on, come on, man, you and your dad are do this, because it seems like it was kind of aggressive, just let the guy drink the beer the way he wants to drink it, but instead it's
No, but if you've met him, you know that he's he's egg on him, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is this something that you guys do a lot? Is this or this is just this?
We'll say no.
Okay. It
So
sounds like you mean yes.
I didn't say that. I
Okay.
said no.
Okay.
So he had one
You said
beer.
I will say no. I'm okay.
So we had one beer, one night in London.
Uh-huh.
We move on to France. He is now a beer expert. And so now, that night, we go to a restaurant, and he opens the beer, and he opens the menu, and he goes, oh, they've got a good beer section here. And I was like, okay. And so he's acting like this,
Wait, immediately?
Immediately. Yeah, the very next day. It was like a issue. And because now he had this experience of one full beer.
Okay.
So now...
Does this happen before?
It had never happened before, did it? So then the actual event is that we find ourselves, we just had this van, we were sort of driving around some various countries. We found ourselves in Brussels.
Like Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Like
This big 9-person van, it was enormous,
Okay.
on those tiny European roads. It was fucking terrifying. So we found ourselves in Brussels, and we had some cousins who showed us around. And before dinner, they took us to a cafe where we had some wine. My brother's 16 or whatever. And then we go to dinner where we had more wine. And then we went to this like outdoor cafe where we decided to have a beer. And no one thought anything of it. But then we sort of have the beer, we finish, and my brother, 16, says, "Hey Corey, I just drank my beer faster than you." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I turned to our cousin and I said, "Hey, let's order one more drink. Let's make it a strong one this time." And
Okay. Okay.
do you know the beer Duvel?
Yes.
Okay, it's French for the devil. It's really, really strong. And so my brother took it and chucked it, drank it as fast as he possibly could. He brought that on himself. He did.
It sounds like he maybe could use some help with learning how to pace himself.
I was only 20.
That's true. You had just graduated from college.
Yeah. And so he drank it and immediately turned green. Immediately turned green. And he's like, "Oh, I don't feel so good." And I was like, "Oh, you're fine." And then I turned to my dad's like, "He's going to be sick." And my dad goes, "He better fucking not be sick for you." So I turned around and I go, "You're going to be okay." And he goes, "No, I'm not." And he runs down an alley and starts throwing it. Now to paint the picture.
While he's running.
No. He gets in like this little alcove and starts throwing up.
So he
And
finds
the important picture is that it's a really narrow alley. And
It's,
so
well, it's yours. It's yours.
yeah, so he's throwing up right here in the alley. And right here there's an open air restaurant. And where people are cheering him on in a language he doesn't know. The only thing that we can make out, so at one point, amidst all the foreign words, is so that they start going, all of them, as one. Go! 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 Ah! And I'm standing 10 feet away and I have a camera in my hands. And my wife was there and she wouldn't let me take the picture. And I have not let her live it down to this day.
Why didn't she let you take the picture?
She thought it was mean, or at that point we just...
It's pretty mean, but still.
It's really mean.
Yeah.
Still.
But still.
But you want the picture though, don't you?
Well, because like 10 years later, it's going to be a great story.
Yeah. So that was that.
So then after the fact, did you do basic get him home, or you deal with him?
Oh
at all?
yeah, after that he was fine.
He threw up.
Historically, he's one of those people who throws up and he's okay afterwards.
Oh, he just bounces back.
So far as I remember.
Wow.
Yes.
16, man. Yeah, because I wouldn't bounce back.
And you know what else? Earlier that day,
Uh-huh.
I just remember this. Earlier that day, we were in Belgium, right, for that day, and we were hungry, and so we went to this restaurant. It was like an outdoor stand, and everything was in another language. We did not understand anything. There were sandwiches. We couldn't tell that anything was in any of them. But one of them was called the American, and one was called the American Deluxe. So we're like, fuck it, we'll get 4 of the Americans, 5 of the American Deluxe for 9 people party. The American.
That's so American.
The American was a big submarine roll with lettuce and tomato and Russian dressing, and that's it. The American Deluxe was all of those things plus raw hamburger meat. And we're like, that is the least American thing I've ever seen.
Wait, raw?
Raw, absolutely
Can you eat that?
No, I'll tell you what. You can.
Like a tartare. Yeah, like a tartare.
You'd think so, but I don't know, I've never had tartare. I couldn't, it was horrifying.
So nobody had the
Horrifying, yeah.
Okay.
You basically scooped out the deluxe and made it just an American.
Great. So you and your family, your father name was Mark. He remarried,
Yes.
and this is in the early 2000s. And you all went to this trip to go visit
Yes.
the UK and France. And on this trip, your brother Seth, younger brother 16, had his first beer and became a beer expert immediately. And then part of being a beer expert for him was to drink beer.
To show me up.
To show you up, competitive. Even though you say this doesn't happen a lot, but we don't say this is happening a lot. But it sounds like you guys take him on a little bit. It's a common thing with showing you up, and then he throws up in an alley and being cheered on by a bunch of European people in open arms. Great. That sounds fantastic.
You got it.
Thank you so much.
The oldest trick in the book,
snake in there.
You put a snake in there and then shook it up?
Yeah!
Come on!
It's really mad. Oh, come on! There's gonna be snakes at the school!
You didn't have to deal with snakes.
Is that the garbage disposal?
Yeah.
Donnie!
What?
Well, get him out!
You're gonna put your pet snake
Don't
in
kill my
the
snake!
garbage disposal.
Wait. Come on.
Yeah.
Quit joking around, man!
No, that's squeakers. That's what we learned in preschool.
Hey, man, whatever you do, just don't touch that switch, alright? I love that snake.
The switch?
No, Donnie, I'm not joking around, Donnie. Damn it. I can't myself.
Okay. Alright, Hank, what do you want when you turn one of those tricks?
Oh! Can I pull my pants back up?
So Donnie, I got a call from the school today, and the teacher said that you didn't turn in the permission slip for the apple orchard field trip that I signed for you. Is what's going on? Are you nervous, or do you want me to be a room mom, or come with you, or?
I'm not going to that bullshit.
I've been to one apple orchard. I know plenty about apple orchards. We're going to learn about going to an apple orchard. Look at some apples. Put them in a basket.
It's right at the passage, sweetie. It's just, you go to the apple orchard, you go with your friends, and is there a worm in the apple? There's half a worm. Where it is? I'll give you one. You will see the right passage.
Listen, you little son of a bitch. I walked this great nation of ours from coast to coast, planting apple orchards wherever I went. And you're going to learn about me in your damn school, and you're going to eat those apples.
Tell you something, Appleseed.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a bunch of seeds in my pockets here.
I'm going to plant your ass is what's going to happen. Make it all grow from seed to side to seed.
I'm going to put these seeds inside your ass.
Mr. Appleseed, these are kids that are coming here.
No, they are heartless bastards is what you got in your first grade.
Oh.
Let me tell you, when I was your age, they'd take a switch to them for talking to us elders like that.
Well, it's not your day anymore, Mr. Seed.
You can call me Johnny, you're an educator.
I'm more than just an educator. Oh, I mean,
I'm more than just a humble gardener.
humble. Mr. Appleseed, just stop swearing at the kids and stop swearing in general. And stop. I don't want to.
Washington apple was the first great fruit of this nation. If you can't teach them to respect this nation and the fruit which I bear the name of, then what good are you to the educational system?
You're quite a handsome man.
Dad, I don't give a shit about apples, alright? All I care about are computers now. Okay, look, that came out wrong, okay? I care about Macintosh, damn it! Yeah.
Deny it all you want. An apple never falls far.
I'm not gonna become like you!
You are me, son. How many iPods you been handing out from classroom to classroom?
It's my job!
This is your daddy's job.
You didn't teach me anything useful, so I have to work every day.
Are you happy? Are you making other people happy?
People smile unnaturally when they're around me because I'm handing out freaking iPods. But I just want to come back, I want to collect my stuff, and I want to be done with this whole freaking farm.
Done with the orchard?
Done with the
apples
orchard.
for our lives?
Yes!
It's like I don't even know you anymore.
You haven't known me for 10 years.
You are rotten to the core.
Do you want an iPod?
can't think of a single plan to get that damn Appleseed into this office. He needs a checkup.
We just gotta go out there and we just gotta go.
Apple a day!
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry.
Doctor, I'm sorry. Did people run through here and tell them not to?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we wanted him to
Right
stop.
through here.
He just ran to gloat.
Feel free to clean your calendar. I took your waiting room and I gave them all apples.
I'm gonna be broke soon.
There's nothing we can do about it, I guess.
Doctor, there's a man in here and he's discussing diabetes with the patients.
How many helpers do I have in this
There's a
office?
lot of sugar.
I think clearly I need to cut down on the helpers. More patients.
You know, everyone come in here. The sandwich makers of Europe. Would you come in here, please? Yes, yeah, please.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, Franz. It's good to see you again. Yes. So, everyone will be honest. Sandwiches are down. Sandwiches are down. We are seeing no sandwich intake with the population. So I was thinking, little tinkle in my brain. We would bring some foreign flavor to things, maybe.
Yeah, from their own homeland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to just collaborate because we are socialists. So I didn't want to just make decisions for myself. I want to get the committee together and maybe figure out, you know what would go in an American.
Well, LeBron James.
LeBron is very nice.
He's famous.
He's quite famous. And he's scandalous. And his scandal sells. Cleveland.
Our best idea is to kill a human. A famous human.
What concept of LeBron James?
He was skateboarding. Luke, you jump to the people. Every time we have these meetings.
I just want to be clear.
You should make a memo. For the purposes of this next meeting, no people.
Is it creepier that I call him a human instead of people like I'm not a human? I didn't mean to do that. I'm not trying to creep everyone out. Seriously.
It's more the way you stand. You're holding a knife in your hand.
Just in case. Oh, creepy again, I guess.
This meeting has gone off the rails, I'm sorry.
I feel like that's not red ink on his shirt.
Raccoon blood.
And I take you and my wife, along with your extended family, to interact with my extended family. I love you so much.
I love you, and I think these peanuts can certainly find something to talk about with your recluse. So we're man and wife. We're man and wife. We're gonna have
Lip on lip! Lip on lip! Lip on lip!
We're
stay together for the
Come on.
You already kissed! You kissed!
Yeah, lip on lip. On lip.
You know what, there's one.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Scalpel. Scalpel.
Can I just take your picture?
Absolutely. Scalpel.
Could you just go back to...
I had 2 scalpels. Why?
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to take this picture and you're a little bit in the way. I could take your picture too, but just not in this shot.
Clamp. Clamp.
Well, I'm working on it.
Please stop moving your face around, sir. It's very distracting for me.
Oh God, there's not another one on my
You
table.
keep turning that way and I know you're speaking then, but then I lose your face.
What about the other
You know?
plants?
Retract it.
Sweat. Oh, there's a nice one.
Was I in that?
You
Did you see
kind of
me?
were actually. Yeah, you were. Get out.
Oh, retracted.
Look at this. You're
Too
getting
late.
upset.
Okay.
Is he dead? Is he dead body?
Jonesy, these photographs are titillating. I mean, all the blood and the grit. I see the sweat on the man's forehead.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is life. This is death. This is the whole package. Right? I feel like I deserve an A, Mr. Franklin.